Well, sitting to my left, I have Kira Peterson. It's a special report for one of our great associates, the Live Eco Style team, here on the special edition of Coffee and Tidbits, coming to you from the 48th floor, high atop the big tower in Geneva National, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And for us, it's been a joyous day because early today, major international, national, local, and Cub Scout Pack announcement went out pertaining to our great star out of Denver, Phyllis Spielman. Star of stage, screen, coming to us already from Denver on her way to somewhere
in Tennessee.
In Tennessee?
Tennessee. She's driving to Tennessee.
Yes, I'm actually on the road right now. You caught me in between, on the road between Oklahoma and Nashville.
Well, it's been a pretty exciting day. On the phone with us is Phyllis Spielman, and we're pretty honored to have her as the face of the Live Eco Style company of shows and part of Coffee and Tidbits.
Cure on Tap.
Cure on Tap, Live Eco Style, Where to Play Golf.
The Distillery Channel.
Distillery Channel, Distillery Breweries and Wineries, all of that. Yes. The Live Eco Style Network. But wait a minute. A little hint in the background.
Ooh.
A little eerie music. Something's happening. We even have a choir now.
Yeah. Choir of one.
So we woke up today, Phyllis, and we heard that major announcement is being made. Would you like to tell us
what's going on?
What's going on? Yeah.
It was so exciting. So Stasis, which is adventure sci-fi, hit Netflix.
Woo!
I know, so excited. I heard about it through actually a friend had got a hold of me and said, hey, I saw you on Netflix. And I'm like, what? And then I jumped on Facebook, and that's when I saw all the messages and posts, and I was like, oh, my God, how exciting.
Well, that's good to know what's going on with your own career. That's a good thing.
I know. Over the holidays, it's been crazy, traveling, and I was hoping it would. I had heard rumors that it was going to hit Netflix, but I didn't know when. But what an exciting Christmas present, early Christmas present, I'd say.
Yeah, so tell us what that means when it hits Netflix. I mean, what happens with that? Do they put an announcement out, or does it become a featured, movie on their whatever? How does that work?
Well, all I know is that I know Netflix picks up films. They have their own originals that they make, and then they also they pick up films. And I don't, as an actor, I don't really know what or why or which ones they do. I just know when you deal with a distributor or the company. I know Bleiberg Entertainment and the Accelerator. I just heard, hey, it's going to be, here are some of the platforms. First it hit iTunes, and it was on video on demand. But then whenever it hit Netflix, I was just really excited.
Well, that's really. That's a cool thing. So, without giving away any of the plot flaws, or what do they call those?
Plot lines.
Yeah, plot lines or whatever. Can you tell us a little bit about what the movie's about and when it was made and what's going on and what your role was? Because you were the major focus of this movie, correct? I mean, weren't you the?
I was one of the starring roles of it, which was my first actually lead in a feature film. I got to work with Anna Harsh. She plays my screen daughter, and she plays two roles. The president and the person that comes in and inhibits her body, so that was really neat. And then another one was Tiana Marciano and Mark Grossman were ones that I had direct scenes with in the movie. But yeah, it's about, without giving away too much, it is about basically my daughter. She wakes up and sneaks back home, and that's when she finds that her body it looks just like her. Someone has actually, a traveling fugitive has stolen her body. And then me as the mom, that's where the movie, whenever I come in, that's where my part begins. I come in and, I get in, without, like I said, giving too much, get a little bit of a argument with my little daughter because she's a typical teenager. They're always trying to, they're sneaking out, trying to go to parties. They're being the little rebellious teenagers that they are. And then I say as a mom, I'm battling that back and forth. And then I notice a change with her, and it's like shocking to me. So I'm like, wow, she's being sweet. Whoa. Oh my gosh. She is actually doing things that I'm asking her to. And I'm in, wow, this is interesting.
So where did you shoot this movie, Phyllis?
this was neat. This was shot, I would say probably about 80% of it was shot in Phoenix. And that was, it was really neat to go there. And actually, I was a lead in it, but there was a day where they needed some extras. And I get excited just to dress up and play, dress up. So I got to play one of them. You can't tell it's me, but I got to put all this neat clothes where I'm looking like I'm in a desert, a desert storm. And I was like, oh gosh, this is exciting. But then a couple of scenes were shot back in LA. So it was a really nice combination. But being in Phoenix was a lot of fun. And we did a lot of the ADR was done out of LA.
So who produced this movie? Who was the producer and the director and all that kind of good stuff?
Well, it's neat how actually I got the part. Actually, I had met Nicole Jones Dion at an Idlewild Film Festival out in Southern California, and I was with Perry Teo at the time. He introduced us, and at that moment we were talking about, he mentioned the film with her. He ended up being one of the producers on it, as well as with Blyberg Entertainment. They had picked it up and said, yes, we will, we're going to talk to Nicole. We're going to see what she has. Sure enough, she wrote the story about, stasis. She's like, yeah, I'm going to write this. And that's when she had asked me, hey, would you play the lead role to Ava? Because I had worked with, or Anna Haar, because I'd worked with her previously on another project. And I was really honored for her to ask me to play that. But, this all happened at Idlewild, the initial start of it, at a film festival of all places. And then once it got off and taken off, it was, 1 minute in January, I think we're discussing it. She asks me in February, would you like to play the role? I'm like, well, heck yeah. And then by May, we were already shooting it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was just so fast, so exciting. And then took about a year. It didn't get released until this last summer, July. But it was really neat being able to see the whole process from beginning to end, and then just to work with a first time. She's not a first time director, but she's a first time directing her feature, and it was exciting to see how it worked. So it was, and working once again, you have to work quickly and get it done. We're under a time crunch, but she's she has a lot of energy. One of those, she wakes up, man, she has that energy and she's going. So she gets us pumped. And just being on set with everyone was a lot of fun. Had a really good time. Met some really great people.
So when you do a movie like that, is that going to be one of those where you memorize lines, or is it going to be the story and you do an improv type, along the lines of the story, create it as you go?
This one was actually, to say, it was, because it was so quickly, you did have to have your lines memorized. It was one of those, you have it, and here's the script, and the script was being developed continuously. I think that's it's been done with some of the projects I've worked on, where even as it's filming, you may have to add a few things, but for the most part, it was pretty much you memorize your script, and you know what scenes you're going to be doing the next day, and you just go over some of those the night before. And yeah, you don't really, on this one, we didn't improv. There wasn't much improv at all. It was strictly dialogue. I think I had one scene where it was done, we did like at 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30 in my brain. From being on set from like 9 in the morning, I was just like, a little fried.
So were there any fight scenes that you had to live through, or any of those kind of things, or
special skills you had to use?
I have to say that was one of the. It was a fun one. It was with Anna Hart and Tiana, and with her, we had to. We're going through a hallway, and then we're going through. And that was done also late at night when we did that scene. It was one of the, I say fight scene, and I'm used to always being the aggressor, I would say, or the, I'm going after, and I'm like, this one I had to do I had to play more of the victim versus the non-victim, if you will. So it's a little different for me being in that. So I'm working with her and trying not to, because she's so sweet, gosh. Tiana's a really nice person. So we're trying to say, okay, we're going to go here, and this is how we're going to do it, and kind of go with the flow on that. But it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
I would find that hard to believe that you're not the aggressor. I think that you'd be much more comfortable,
I know.
Shooting your guns and whatnot.
Without giving away the plot.
How long is this movie from beginning to end?
I believe it's about 120. 120. 1 hour and 30 minutes, so an hour and a half.
Well, that's pretty standard for a nice length, A couple popcorns. Yeah. So anyway, Phyllis, we're really excited about having you being part of the Live Eco Style family. We really respect and we admire everything you're doing and how much people adore everything you've done. Of course, Phyllis is going to be part of everything we do. Yes. Are you excited about that, Kira?
I am very excited. I'm finally excited to finally meet her in person next month. Hopefully.
Well, we're going to be going down to the PGA show, and one of our shows is Where to Play Golf. And Michael Stewart, just before we called up, I was talking to him about we're going to have you on for this little short segment. We're going to have Phyllis on the first week on the Where to Play Golf show and on our distilleries, breweries, wineries of the world show. Catnip and Parsley. What is that show? Oh, that's what I'm doing now. Coffee and Tidbits. Broccoli and cheese. Kira Untapped. But Phyllis, we really, really appreciate everything you've done for us. And going forward, we're looking to have some fun and all of us meeting and breaking bread in person. It's sort of fun to have a virtual company to a point. But
it's great.
It is, and I'm excited for it, too, to be. I mean, thank you once again for talking about this stasis. But there's just some exciting things coming up. As they come, I'll be able to share them. But it's neat to have a platform and people and to be diverse. I love to do different things, and this just allows for that. So I really appreciate it, and I'm honored as well to be a part of the team.
We're gonna be unfolding our foundation coming up this spring, and I'm really looking forward to taking that forward with you. And it's a situation that is going to be really, really expensive. So if you could
wrap it up.
Yeah, go ahead. You can talk with her.
Awesome. Thank you, Phyllis. I know you're driving to Nashville, right?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm telling my kids, y'all can't talk. Okay?
Well, have a safe drive through Tennessee, because the favorite pickup line that people use you're the only Tennessee.
Well, the fun part is that, this outreach is going to go out right now. We're doing a lot of outreach to our distillery partners and distilleries, breweries, and wineries. And when we do an outreach and we say we got the beautiful Phyllis Spielman as part of our team, it really gets their attention. And then they say, well, when are you going to be coming to bring Phyllis to our arena to have some food and drink and have some fun? And so, Phyllis, that calendar is going to be filling up. We just really can't wait to come and have some fun with you. So anyway, thanks, Phyllis. Drive safe.
Thank you, Phyllis. Have a safe drive in the rain.
So of course, if I talk to you before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas to everyone.
Y'all have a Merry Christmas, too.
All righty.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Phyllis. Congratulations again. It's really
Yes, congrats.
We're going to sit down and have some popcorn now and watch this movie.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. What a great girl, huh?
Yeah.
I know. It's going to be fun.
I can't wait to meet her in person.
PGA, January.
End of January.
Yep.
Middle of January.